Welcome back to Yes She Is podcast. I'm your host Sherelle, and I'm engaged. Honestly, I've been engaged. I've been engaged for about a week now, and it is so surreal because it's crazy. Because the last episode that I uploaded was about waiting for marriage, waiting to get married, things that we're supposed to be doing, or things that I believe that like the Lord wants us to prepare for when it comes to marriage. And now here I am. And as exciting and beautiful as everything was and how it all happened, like I'm sure I'll post about all of that and like everything that went into it later, or even maybe discuss it into this. I honestly, ever since being proposed to and now a fiance, I feel a weight, and maybe not like a pressure weight, but more, or maybe it is a pressure weight, but a weight of responsibility. Like I've always said, like I know that being a wife is not just about the fun stuff, about being married and, being a wife, like just the statement and the label, but the actual responsibility behind it is more than what society puts out. And I thought I had more time. I thought I had more time to prepare. I thought I had more time to feel ready and to get my things in order. And I'm not saying that I wish he didn't propose. That is not what I'm saying. Please know that. What I'm saying is I didn't expect to feel this much weight when it came to now being a fiance, which is amazing to say. And whenever like I call my fiance now, like I get to call him fiance and it's so exciting. But it's like, oh my gosh, like all of our plans we talked about, the things that we said we're gonna get done, the things we said we're gonna do, like those have to start to now be put into place, and not just dreams or not just ideas, but actual responsibilities that have to be taken care of. And honestly, that's taken a toll for me, in my heart, in my mind. And maybe it's me because I'm overthinking and stressed, but what can I say? I'm a fiance now. Like I can't say I'm just a girl. I'm just a fiance. I'm just Sherelle. At the end of the day, I'm still just Sherelle. And I think I've been struggling with anxiety with everything because I don't know if some of you guys know, but I'm an entrepreneur. And being an entrepreneur, there are areas sometimes that you don't expect to not, like for me, I didn't expect to be where I am financially when it came to being an entrepreneur. Number one, I give God all the praise and all the glory, no matter what, because He continues to provide when I am in a situation where I'm like, Lord, I got bills. I gotta pay off this car. I gotta, things like that. He always continuously provides the right amount, right when I need it, on time. And I was telling the Lord last night, I said, Lord, as grateful as I am that you give me just enough, I don't want just enough. And I feel like I've been groaning the spirit lately, and I didn't even realize it was groaning. I thought I was boasting, but then I think about how, like, I would tell it like I was boasting, but I think about, like, my heart's intent when I would say, like, when I graduated college, the Lord had told me and spoke through me. He said, you will not have a 9 to 5. You will stop working with this person and you will work on your consecration in your business. And I was like, okay, cool. Then I graduated and I didn't get any offers or any jobs. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess he was serious. So then I went into it, but I didn't give my 100% into my business because I was like, Lord, I really need something. So I gave like 75% of myself. Then I became 80%. And then I really focused on Blue Wall business, which is my media production business. I do enjoy what I do. I think it's exciting. I think video production does spark something inside of me that I truly enjoy, but not as an entrepreneur. And I hate saying that out loud because it's what I've put out. It's what I've been telling people, like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. But ever since, like, it's yes, she is. Yes, she is what I want to do. I just be telling people, like, yeah, The Lord told me, like, after you graduate, you're not going to have a 9 to 5. You're going to focus on your business. You're going to focus on consecration. This is what you're going to do. And I focused more on Blue Wall business than I did on consecration. And I kind of knew that I wasn't supposed to be working with some of these people, but I still did it because I was like, I need the finances. And so instead of trusting the Lord, I went and did what I wanted to do. So I did all that, had an anxious filled year. And in April of last year of 2025, the Lord was like, it's time to shift. Are you ready to shift? And I was like, okay, Lord, yes, I'm ready to shift. I'm going to do it. And so then I made the shift and I quit working with them or stopped working with them. Things worked out. Praise the Lord. And then in June, July, the Lord was like, it's time to have faith for a car. And I was like, I don't have a job. Like, I've been saving for it, but I don't have a job. And the Lord still provided. I had a car in July, and I had financial shifts in my life where I was able to pay for the car monthly. And it was the right amount that I needed. Like, took care of my bills, took care of my car, everything. And I was thankful and I was grateful. Then things started to shift. And then I also went on a brand trip, which I had on my prayer list. I said, Lord, I want to go on a brand trip this year. I didn't even know how I was going to happen. I just knew I wanted to go on a brand trip. And I went on a brand trip with Ozzy. And I was like, oh, wow, plot twist. And then Jordan had gotten consecration, like, advances. And I got consecration advances. I started getting paid from social media. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start back up with Yes She Is, but instead of just doing the podcast, I say just doing. I only did 2 episodes I think last year. I don't even know. I was like, I'm gonna host my events because I said I was gonna do that, and I hosted my first event. Well, I planned to host my first event, but then it didn't work out, and so then January 2026 happened. And I was like, I have to host my event, or December, and I was like, I have to host my event. Like, I have to start next year. It's gotta happen. It's gotta start. So I hosted my first event in January. First maintenance and mingle. Beautiful. So many people, when I say so many people, I mean, I was really hoping for at least 5. At least 5. And I got, I think, 8 or 9 girls there. And I was like, wow, this was successful. Like, this was beyond my eyes. And then February came and I didn't host anything. March came, I didn't host anything. Didn't post, I barely posted. I was supposed to do a whole month challenge. Didn't post that. I posted 3 or 4 days, got behind, and I just quit. And then April came. And I was like, I'm going to host an event in April. And I did. Hosted Maintenance Amigo number 2. And this time, I think it was 11 people bought tickets, but I think 8 or 9 people came. And I was grateful and I was thankful. I was just so thankful and so grateful for just being able to do that. Then I got proposed to. And I was like, oh, yay! Yay! Like, this is so exciting. And then that's when the heaviness came. And I was like, I need some stability. I need some structure. And my fiance asked me, because I was saying, I'm just going to go for a receptionist, a clerk position. Like, I just need something to alleviate this pain, this struggle of having just enough. Because even though everybody else is saying you have the time, you have the freedom and the time in your life right now, you are young to be able to go after your dreams, go after your goals, be the best in what you want to be. And I'm like, thank you, appreciate it. You don't know what it feels like to cry at night, not knowing if you're going to be able to pay off your car the next day, or to know tomorrow my account is going to be at 0 and I don't have a backup plan. And I think I started groaning the spirit when I would tell people, like, yeah, the Lord told me that I wouldn't have a 9 to 5, but I'm going to work on consecration in my business. And I think I started growing in the spirit because I wanted a 9 to 5 for stability, infrastructure. And when when things were going well, it was going well. But when things weren't going well in business, or when the monthly bills started piling up and I didn't have enough, I didn't like feeling like not having enough. And, oh gosh, I can't believe I'm crying. I cry a lot on social media. I did not expect to be that girl. I really didn't. I don't know what's gone into me. But I'm really just vulnerable with you guys. I really appreciate y'all. I realized that, let's call it, my fiance asked me, he said, what do you want? What do you want to be the best in? And I didn't have an answer. I genuinely had no answer except for I want to be the best wife. I want to be the best kind of friend possible. I was not expecting to cry, I swear. I want to be the best at being a friend. I want to be the best at being an ambassador for Christ. I want to be the best at being a wife, and I want to show that. Like, yeah, I want to be debt free. Like, I was telling him all the things that I wanted. He's just like, okay, those are byproducts, but what do you want to be the best in? And it was a hard thing that I had to like answer. At the end of the day, it started hitting me. I'm like, yes, she is. Yes, she is. I believe I want yes, she is to be the best. I want this podcast to grow. I want the events to grow. I want to show women and create a community of women who want to be better, who want to grow, and who want to be the best, who want to be excellent in their craft and who they are, and to be encouraged. And so it was just a hard thing, because I was telling the Lord, I was like, Lord, I know what you told me, but I need stability. I need something. And I was just pleading with the Lord. I said, Lord, give me 3 signs. If this is not it, give me 3 directional signs. Because I need to know. Like, I'm going to commit. I had told the Lord, I said, I'm not quitting on Yes She Is and Blue Wall and all my clients. And I'm not quitting on them. That's not what I'm doing. I'm getting this clerk position, because that was the other thing. They were like, why a clerk? Why a receptionist? Like, they don't even get paid that much. You have a degree. Thank you for the reminder. I know I have a degree. Trust me, I know I have a degree. And ever since getting the degree, I'm like, why did I get this degree? Why didn't I go into something else? Like, what? I'm not working in it. I'm not working at a TV station. I'm not working at a radio station. Like, I'm not doing that stuff. So what did I get this degree for? Half of this stuff I could have learned online on YouTube. Now, some stuff I am glad I went to the University of Houston to get my degree in media production, because I connected with a lot of people. I met a lot of people, and I got knowledge that I needed. I'm not downing them. Go Cougs, But sometimes I'm like, man, why did I get this degree? What? If I'm not working in the field as I was taught to, like, my dream was to be a concert production director, or whatever it's called, creative producer, just for concerts, live productions. That's what I wanted to work in. And then things shifted, and here we are. And then I started working in live production, but then nothing else came of it. And they're like, why a clerk? And I'm like, y'all, I just need enough to pay off my debt, to not stress on a monthly basis of not having enough, or having just enough, to where I cannot help, to where I cannot go and do extra stuff. Now, mind you, I'm not trying to go party. I'm not trying to go on hangouts all the time. I'm not trying to go spring shopping? A shopping spree. I'm not trying to do all that stuff. Would it be nice? Yes. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I am trying to pay off all of my student loans, pay off my car, pay off my credit card, and have a savings all in this year. And to be able to use some money to invest in my businesses, to invest in Yes She Is, to invest in my, in my events. That is what I want. And I'm not making enough on a month-to-month basis to cover all of those things. I'm barely making it. And when I say barely, it is like right there, And that is all because of, one, the grace of God. And I give him all the credit, and I give him all the glory. But sometimes we got to ask God for more. And I'm asking God for more, because living life month to month, praying and believing that I have just enough. It's not the life that I know God has for me. He asks what I want to be the best in. I want to be the best. I don't know what I want to be the best in. Oh, yes. I said being the best wife, being the best friend, being the best encourager. Because that's what God called me to do. He called me to live. He called me to encourage. He called me to create. That's what I want to be the best in my lane. And I don't know how that's going to look in the future. But what I do know, what do I know? Oh, I do know. I do know things. Let me clarify. But it was just like, I blinked. Because I just want enough. And that's where I'm back at square one. Is getting the reception job just enough? Is that all that I want? Just enough? And I guess the reason is why I just want enough in that area is so that I can be the best in the other areas. But then the question is, why do I need just enough in that if I'm gonna, and just, why can't I be the best in Yes She Is, Blue Wall, and Just Sherelle, and all my other clients where I am now versus having just enough to secure me and be the best in Just Sherelle, Yes She Is, Blue Wall, and all my other stuff? Why does it take that security for me to be the best? And then my next question is, Lord, is this why I only have just enough? Because I need to have faith instead of security. Have faith. So welcome to my brain. Welcome to my prayers, because those are the things that's going through this head. Now that I'm engaged, well, actually, I feel like I've had those questions for quite a long time because I knew that this day was coming. And now that we're here, the pressure is on. The pressure is on. Now, mind you, who knows how long we're going to be engaged, what things are going to happen. Cool. Appreciate it. Like, I appreciate that time, but things haven't changed since, And Jordan was telling me, he was like, it's good to ask and receive advice, but at the end of the day, you have to make your own decisions. Or me, fiance. It's good to ask for advice, but at the end of the day, you have to make the decision for yourself. Which I'm like, thank you. But then, I guess I consider other people's thoughts way too much. I consider other people's opinions way too much. And I was reading the Bible today, 2 Chronicles. I'm trying to go through like all the Bible. Started with the Old Testament, I think last year. And I was reading 2 Chronicles today. And we're right now studying like the kings. And it was King Amaziah. I don't remember. I think it's Amaziah. I think that's how you say his name. And 2 Chronicles 25. And it said he did what was right in the sight of the Lord, but he didn't have a loyal heart. Which I love how detailed the Lord is when it comes to how he written the Bible. And in verse 9, or in verse 8 or 9, something like that, he was preparing to go against one of the kingdoms or go to battle with somebody. And the Lord sent a man of God to him, and he said, do not go to battle with them. Mind you, King Amaziah had already hired some army people, hired the people to go fight them. Like, they already fired up and ready, paid in full and ready to go. I don't know about in full, but they paid. And the man of God told them, if you go to battle with these people, you will not win. In fact, the Lord will destroy you. So, do what you want, but just know if you do go to battle, like it ain't working on your side. And King Amaziah said, well, what do? I already paid the soldiers. Which I'm like, that's us. We think like that. And when I say us, I mean people, me. I've done that before. Well, Lord, I already did X, Y, Z. And the man of God said, the Lord is able to give you more than this. The Lord is able to give you more than this. I'm like, Lord, was that for me? Or was it just so happened that I read that today? Was that sign number 1? The Lord is able to give you more than this. And it made me wonder, do I not see the worth that everybody else sees, the best that I can be? Because I was thinking about the way that he proposed to me. It was beautiful. It was top notch. I could not believe my eyes. I said, wow. And I keep telling him, like, you made me feel like a pretty princess. And yes, it's cute to say that, but I really, truly did feel like a princess in every way possible. I was in shock at how he crafted everything together. And I knew nothing. Nothing. It wasn't just a surprise proposal. It was, we were at the Astro Stadium. Dyken Park, but you know what I'm saying? He had a whole surprise engagement party with everyone there. That wasn't a cheap thing. That was planning, working hard to have the best that I didn't even expect. That's not even what I was planning for myself. That's not even what I was planning for myself. And here he is doing that for me. And then he's questioning, why clerk? And I guess in my head, I'm like, well, you have a full-time position, so you don't have to worry about those things. I don't have that. I don't have a full-time position. So that's why I want the clerk position. I like talking to people. I like meeting people. I like greeting people. Like, that's what I do as a producer in radio and in literally everything. I introduce myself. I greet people. I let people know, like, directions on what they need to do, how they need to get things. I create the information. I make sure that the information is well documented, things like that. That's why. And that's the other reason is I don't want to leave work and have to do extra work that has nothing to do with just Sherelle, Yes She Is, Blue Wall, and all my other clients. I want to be able to have that security that everything is covered financially so I can invest in everything else to become the best. But like I said earlier, am I seeking security over having faith? That is the question we all must ask ourselves, apparently, ladies. Are we seeking security over faith? And it's about 8:20. I got to go to this job fair to prayerfully, I'm believing for a position because I've just been talking to the Lord and praying for it. If it's His will, it is His will. God, get all the glory and the praise forever and ever. But if it is not His will, I will stay consistent with this dream. I will stay consistent with what He has told me to do. And I will stop groaning the Spirit because I cannot keep groaning the Spirit. Because that's not going to help either situation, you know? So yeah, I hope that this encourages you. And maybe not encourages you in the way of like, if she could do it, I can do it too. Well, maybe, I guess. I don't know. This podcast is really just us growing together. Literally growing together because I don't have all the answers. I have some, but I don't have all of them. But I know a Bible that does have all the answers. I know a God that has all the answers. I know a God that has all the answers and wants to give us the answers. And I know that He uses His people. I know that He uses community. So let's be that community. So I hope that you enjoyed this podcast episode. Yes, she is. I don't have a yes, she is right now. Yes, she is a fiance. Yes, she is a fiance. And yes, she is responsible, I guess. Yes, she is asking questions. I feel like that was last month too. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that it encourages you, helps you, as it is helping me. I love you, ladies. Yes, she is.